Hello and welcome to Uncommon Sense Live 2. I guess that kind of music can be annoying if you don't, if you never heard it before. It's a Pogo. He like remixes Disney songs into new songs. So that was Wishery, which is a song made out of Snow White samples only. So let's see what Joe Mad, what's up, bro? Joe Mad says, one thing's for sure about this dude, he definitely does not believe his thoughts. Referring to me, I guess. Well, no, that's true. What is true is that every thought is a lie. And I think it's more, this is, if you don't know, this is from Jesse Lee Peterson. Watch your thoughts. He has his silent prayer where you're supposed to sit still with your hands like this and just watch and observe your thoughts. All right, relax and watch your thoughts and realize that you're not creating your thoughts. You're not coming up with them. The things you're hearing in your thoughts are not you. It's outside voices. It's conditioning. Like I'm a failure because I did this. Oh, I'm not worthy of this because I am like this. La la la. All of these things are stories that your ego tells because it's what it knows. But you are just the observer of these things. And so when you learn, you don't have to do it with a silent prayer only. You can do any kind of meditation, but you could just go on a walk without any music or podcast to listen to or whatever, and just be aware of what is going on in here. And you're going to notice things like, hey, wait a minute, this story I've told before, I've had this argument with myself before. And the more you just get aware of this and practice this, the more you're going to be able to, when you have bad thoughts, like you're gonna stop judging your thoughts as bad or good because you know that you're not making them up anyway. It's like you're watching a movie. You have no choice on what's going on. If it's a scary scene or a funny scene or whatever, right? The movie just plays. It's the same thing with your thoughts. I would like to expand this though. It's not only thoughts. It's your feelings, emotions too. Like there can be truth to both, right? Like if I say the background here is mostly white. Or I think this, of course, the wall is white. It's not a lie in that sense. You see, it's an interpretation, really. Emotions, it's the same thing. If you see a lion heading towards you and you feel afraid, well, there's truth to it. You should probably be afraid and run away, But it's just an interpretation of the situation. And you can get a feeling like fear or anxiety in situations where you shouldn't, right? And so the more you get in tune with watching your thoughts and emotions, you'll be able to decipher what is actually the truth. Like the thoughts and feelings, they're telling you, putting your attention to something, but then it's up to you to make, is this actually true? Why am I feeling like this? Is there any merit to this I'm thinking or feeling? Okay, so we have 2 people watching here right now, 3. Can you hit me up with some questions? I have not thought that this stream through at all. I haven't with any of these really. And so the things of the top of my head, I don't want to talk too much about because I realize I have a video coming out tomorrow. So I don't want to spoil it already now. Alpha Hour has begun. What's up, Joe Mad? Yeah, I like that. The Alpha Hour with Theo. Wouldn't be, I've talked with a friend of mine having what was we call it was something with alpha, like alpha reflections with David and Theo. Yeah, Joe, please ask your question because I'm running out of rambling soon. Do you agree that psychotherapy is a load of bullshit? Well, my views on this is nuanced. I some people will think that I'm black and white because some things are black and white in life, but many things there are nuances to. It's about thinking yin and yang here. Like psychotherapy, if you say now they have no wisdom, they don't want you to get better, all they have is victimhood and meds. Like, yeah, that is true, like on maybe on a whole scale, industrial scale or whatever, but you could have use for someone talking to someone, giving you advice and stuff, and maybe even in some situations have an intervention with medication with a plan of getting off it at some point, right? That could, but it depends on the individual so much. So do you see, I'm not against like a therapist or a psychologist in like as a concept. It's just that, yeah, like probably most people going to a therapist and psychologist right now, it's not really doing much for them. It's like with everything. You know, there are doctors that are great. There are doctors that just studied a lot and they don't know anything about being healthy. They just know how to prescribe pills. Not saying that you shouldn't listen to your doctor, of course, but I'm saying it's not the title or concept always that determines if something is good or bad. There's nuance to it. It's always a yin and a yang, you know. Do you think self-help books are a waste of time and money? My opinion here is the exact same thing as on the before thing. Like, of course, if you are actively taking action to improve aspects of yourself, and there's things you don't know, let's say just training, you know, you don't know how you should train. Like, yeah, reading a book, watching a video or whatever can be great. It can be like a shortcut. Instead of you just going to the gym, not knowing anything and just lifting a weight up, it's like, is this an exercise? You know, it can be great like that. But I talk about this a lot. I have videos on this. My video called Motivation, don't watch this video. And the point is, stop just watching videos like motivational content thinking that this is actually doing something to help you. Like, yes, if it is combined, like choosing carefully, like this is a good source for this thing I want to learn, and this is a good source for this thing I want to learn, and putting it into practice. Like always, if you have to choose between books and actions, you don't build muscle by reading. You don't get I don't know, good at anything, any skill you want to acquire. It's not from reading. You get the ideas like, okay, this is something I can try in this book, out in reality. So you see, it can, for many people, it is a waste of time. It's like kind of like supplements in the gym. Like most supplements don't do much, but an advanced guy like me that is really into training and knows his stuff and reads up on it and tries, I can have some use for some supplements. But a lot of people, they just go and think like, yeah, I go a little bit to the gym and I buy this powder and these pills and this equipment, all this stuff, and like some of that stuff might help if you're actually training and doing it right. So it's the same thing like with the books. If it's a helpful book and you put into practice and learn something, yes. If you just keep reading a bunch of books without ever putting anything into action, no, there's nothing. Do you know your MBTI personality type? No. No. I don't. Tell me more if there's anything I can say about that. Victorek Skarl says, Theo, my man, how's it going with the snus? I mean, you keep having me to expose me that I went back to using it. I've told it. Come on. I made videos about it, so it's out there, Like I'm kidding, of course. I understand that not everyone can watch everything you do. But from the first day, I think, like day 0 or 1 of my 1 week fast, that video, I talk about it in detail. Basically, let's take it again. Addictions. Most people, they are addicted to shit and they can't quit, that they should just quit. Cold turkey, they need to quit. Me, I've quit a lot of things, and snooze is like one of the leftover things. And at a certain point, when you are actually improving all over in life, right, there's a like you have to weigh things against each other. And I'm in a very productive phase in my life, lots of things going on, and I know there will be times when less things are going on. And right now, it would be a net negative for me to quit it, because I know it would badly affect my work, basically. So I'm choosing it right now. I feel like it's the right choice to stick with it, but I do want to get rid of it at some point. You can't. This is the point. You have to be so honest with yourself. This could sound like a big excuse. It is an excuse, but some people, all they have is excuses. But sometimes it's actually you can reason like this and figure out what's the best way to go. So to answer your question, I'm using it there right now. What do we have here? Yeah, can you, by the way, I see we have 8 watching and 8 likes, but people come and go. So please like the stream, help more people see the channel, see the stream. There are like 5 good self-help books, Getting Things Done by David Allen, The Rational Male. Yeah, I've heard about them, but I don't read much. As I told on the first stream I did here, the unofficial stream, I'm not into books at all. I'm, again, with all these things, as long as you put it into practice, as long as you're just not filling your head with a bunch of words, yeah, they can be good. It's, for me personally, it's just not my favorite medium of learning. I prefer videos and audio things because I like to be able to combine it. I'm effective like this, you know. Go on a walk and listen to something that I can learn from. Do little chores around the house and listen to something I can learn, or watch something I can learn. Frank Underwood asks if if coffee drinking is unhealthy. If so, how much is too much? I think is the question. It's a little weirdly phrased there. To be honest, I don't know the limit. I think coffee is actually kind of healthy in many ways, but too much, it can be a bad thing. And especially if you have existing gut issues already, it can be really bad. I have a hard time putting like a cap on it. You have to be, again, it's one of the things, like I'm not a science guy, you know. Yes, I do know some things, but I don't have in my head like, this is the dose of caffeine that gets dangerous. I don't have it off the top of my head. I think if you keep it at the start of the day, don't go overboard with it. You know, I intermittent coffee drink, you know. I drink coffee from the morning till like around lunchtime. And I drink a decent amount, probably get up to like 0.5 gram of caffeine sometimes. I think it's probably a little bit too much, but I don't think it's a big deal. So again, just be honest and smart about it. Don't drink it after lunch. It's going to mess up your sleep. Even if you can go to sleep, the quality is going to be worse because you have, you know, stress response from the caffeine, or like a slight sympathetic nervous system drive from that. So just be smart about it. I think coffee is not a big deal at all. Hey man, I discovered you through Jesse Lee Peterson. Do you still watch his show? I got this question recently too. Like, I check in here and there, but it's again, if I kept watching everything Jesse did now, it would just be for entertainment. You know, I would be the one fooling myself that I know I'm learning from Jesse now. He has so much to teach me. Yes, because he has. I've learned a lot from Jesse. And so I will check in, like, but at this point, Jesse is mostly entertainment for me. Like, I love the guy. I love what he does, but I know his message is clear to me. I know all his catchphrases, everything. So I love Jesse. I think Jesse is a typical guy, by the way. I do this a lot when I find people that I see that this guy knows something that I want to learn. You know, I just latch on, and for a long time I like watch everything they do and just suck in, learn. Choose which parts I agree with and take them with me. Consider the parts that I don't agree with. Maybe some of them come around to agreeing with and take them with me, and some, you know, because you should never follow one man like 100%. Like, yes, someone that you have similar values and background or whatever, you know, like, yes, you're going to find yourself agreeing with like overwhelming majority of what they do. But even watching me, even if you like me and think I'm awesome or whatever, you know, there should be things you're like, I don't know about that, but I'll listen to the other stuff where I think Theo makes sense. So yeah, long answer to a simple question, but yeah, Jesse's great. I check in here on the Fallen State here and there, mainly a single clip here and there, but not as much because I frankly don't need to anymore. Weird Victorek again. I should try and remember to read your names as I read the chat for someone just listening, really. Weird question and maybe not answerable. This was Victorek Skara again. I have been to the gym frequently, around 5 to 6 in almost a year straight. Do you mean 5 to 6 times per week, I guess? I went down to my goal weight, which was 90 kilo, but didn't look so ripped. When do you know when you can cut weight but still have a bit of muscles? Abs will show. Well, okay, weird question indeed. Or like, I know what you're asking here. You want to know when it's time to cut fat, or yeah, like just watch yourself in the mirror, man. If you weigh 90 kilos, it sounds to me that you're not necessarily like overweight or fat, but close to it probably. I don't know how tall you are, but like just do what you feel like, man. Like if you feel like cutting a bit more, you know, like do that and see, you know, just don't be in such a hurry and think like, oh, what will happen? Is it the wrong time? Decide to do it for a bit, and if you notice quickly like, oh, I don't think this is the way to go, then go back to building muscle. And like, But yeah, I think the best thing, if you aren't like super low on muscle, I think the best thing is cut down close to where you want to be, fat mass wise, and then slowly gain muscle from there. So you don't go in a huge, pig bulk where you just gain a bunch of unnecessary fat, because it won't do much for adding extra muscle. So slight surplus. When you do bulk, slight surplus, high quality foods. So it's almost only muscle that you put on at that point. There's a free test online, Hanna Wallsten, again, about the MBTI test. Good tool for knowing yourself and improving, also for understanding others. Maybe useful in coaching. Well, I'll look it up. Like these streams, the chat, they are not so huge yet that the chat just gets flooded. So I'll go back, just if I forget the name, MBTI, and I'll look it up. Joad. Honestly, the best self-help book is the Word of God, which dwells inside you. All the principles in every self-help book I've read just reflect Christian values, so you're covered, my man. Exactly. God is within you. That's why when you're going to find that a lot of people in life, me who am a kind of fitness coach too, but I guess life coach, even I hate that expression. I need to come up with a better word. Please, in the chat, if you have a good title, because you see, what I would describe what I do is I help you become the person you want to be. And apart, because all of us, even if we don't want to get super fit like me, who is an athlete and coach, we all need to be fit, right? So that's why training and fasting and nutrition, sleep is always a big part of it, yeah, so yeah, we went off on a tangent almost, but you talked about the Word of God being the best self-help book. Even you will see guys like me who are kind of fitness person. You will see someone like Jesse, completely different person, but at the core of what we're talking about, like Wes Watson, GP Penitentiary Life, my coach at Free the Frame on Instagram, at the core, the things we talk about are the same things. We are just different persons. We have our different perspectives, ways of ending up in this. So we describe it and talk about it in slightly varying ways, but at the core, it's the same thing. So absolutely, yes, it's about the Word of God, the truth, and what's right. It's within us, and it will come out. It will be expressed a little differently, but yes, it comes from within. Have you watched any of Hoffa Chaos? He's on a 50-day fast at the moment. I'm videoing it. Victor again. No, is that Swedish guy who does that like 3 times per year or something? I recently heard about him. But to my understanding, he just binges on crap like for 40, 50 days and then fasts for equally as long and then just repeats it. And he doesn't really do much to help people. I guess it's a funny, interesting thing. But I recently heard, if that's the guy, yeah, I just heard of him. Hannah, MT is cute. Joe Mad says to Hannah that MBTI is cute, but I don't like its limiting aspect. Like, this is how you will always behave. I think it does not account for context. Yeah, look, I don't know about the test yet, but these tests, they are never perfect because it's not God, this test, right? It's not God. It's someone who created this test. And maybe, yeah, it can tell some things about you, but you have to see it for what it is, right? Wow, nice shirt. Thanks. Yeah, I like it. I like it. The Ralph Lauren Pretto shirt. My mom, even though I've broken free from my parents a lot, I'm still, even though I'm 28, I'm her little boy, or a little doll, basically. She gives me these nice pieces of clothing that I probably wouldn't buy myself. So, by the way, I want to say that, you shouldn't get a bunch of things from your parents when you're grown up. It's one thing. I used to rely on my parents for things, even when I was, an adult. And that's really the thing. Because my mom now, what I've realized is she giving me all this stuff. She's not doing it for me. She's doing it for herself. She likes seeing her boy, her character in the video game, as I describe it. Many mothers, they treat the kid as if it's their player in the video game. They're playing, they're in control, and so my mom giving me all these things, yeah, I know my mom loves me and everything, but it's for her. Oh, I'm so nice to my son. Can you see how nice my looks in this shirt? So it's okay when you've arrived at this point that you're not relying on your parents to take care of you as an adult, because you should do that yourself. But if you have a mom like that who will just give you, I can't stop her from giving me things, so I just take it. The nice shirt. What do we have? Hannah says to Joe back that many people think this MBTI is useful for understanding your baseline. Yeah, baseline. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I meant. Like, yeah, some tests are good. They could tell you something like, okay, kind of these behaviors fit into me or whatever. Common sense coach. Yeah, that's me. That's me, Coach Theo. I would, if I didn't say Theo here, Uncommon Sense, I would say Coach Theo here. I can't say Father Theo. That's a little bit too full of myself. But basically, I feel like a dad. Like every human being in the world that will let me be their dad, I'll be their dad, and I'll take care of them, and I'll show them the way. That's the way to live. Nikola Alexic says, enjoying your channel, man. Back to the snake diet lifestyle after a year of a stressful job causing me to go back to my old weight of 96 kilos. Damn near killing me due to depression and stress. Already 7 kilos down in 4 days. Oh, shit. That's insane. What did you do? What did you do, man? Did you binge like crazy and drank a bunch of water and just shit and pissed all over the place? Or because that's a lot. That's a lot. Bro, she trying to remake you in her image. Be careful, man. Just kidding. Joe Mad commenting on my mother giving me stuff there. Yes, she tries to all the time. All the time. My poor mother, I could do so much for her if she just let go of her ego, you know. Like, I love my mom. I am on good terms with my parents, like enough that I hang out with them and have a good time and do things, you know. But you don't have to do that in life. Just understand that there's nothing saying that just because someone is your parent that you have to put up with them. If they treat you like shit, if they don't treat you good enough, you have to let them go. You have to let them go. You should forgive them. You should not hold anything against them. You should see that they did their best. They just repeated what they knew, what probably exactly how they were treated as kids. They tried their best, and it wasn't right for you. And you see that, and you forgive them, and you move on. But so I am like my mom. I need to put my foot down sometimes with her. You know, like tell her how it is, and she gets like afraid that, oh, but you understand that I love you, right? And I didn't mean it like that, and gets all like that. And I'm like, yes, I know. I'm telling you how to love me better, mom. Like I'm telling you, I know exactly your intention here, but it's not right. So stop. Okay. Yeah, feels great to be independent. SV. Yeah. Okay, you mean referring to the parents? Yes. So why should I need a personal trainer like you? Look, see my video why I also need a coach. You're right, but being dependent, you shouldn't rely on the trainer, because that's what people do. I mentioned it in a video. I have a handful of like very overweight people that hired me and realized that, oh, even though I get the accountability with Theo and I get the advice from Theo and stuff, I still have to go do these things. Ah, shit. And they, you know, failed and ghosted me because they realized they couldn't just pay. They tried to make me their mom, but I'm the dad. You know, I show you and tell you what you do, but you have to do it. You have to do it yourself. So look, the reason I can tell you why I hire a coach, me who is very independent and could do everything with training myself easily. I did it because I wanted to learn specifically more about mobility and flexibility training, which, you know, I know some of, but absolutely not as well as I do with hypertrophy training for muscle and strength. So I could learn this the same way I learned everything else, but I have too much going on, and it's not the time investment. It's not worth it for me right now. So instead, this guy I know already friends with, I pay him. He gives me a shortcut to the knowledge, like, this is the program, do this. I film my exercises, I show him. He also gives me a shortcut to how I perform the exercise, like little twist, change this. And so do you see, I'm not dependent on my coach. I just use him for help. He's just a tool for me. So that's the same thing. But look, if you haven't managed to do it on your own, which most people who hire me, he is a kind of different kind of coach than me. But if you haven't been able to do it on your own, then like maybe what you need is something external. But again, my teaching is all this. I want to teach you to not need me in the end. I'm not in this to like fool people and just sell coaching and not do anything for them. or trick them or try to keep them forever. No, like awesome if someone affords it and sees this as a luxury. Like, yeah, I like having Theo by my side doing these things, so I'll keep even when I've reached good results. Like, of course I would continue with that person, but my goal is that no one should have to hire me longer than a year. That's my goal, because again, yes, you should be independent, but you're just outsourcing, like you're learning about this to someone else. Yeah, I hope that was a good answer for you. Most parents keep their children as pets. Yes, or my mom tries to make me her little puppy. Yes. Nah, I just do 48-hour dry fast. Nicola again, who lost 7 kilos in 4 days. Try high volume endurance calisthenics on the refeed days. Wow, that's intense, man. Last year I went from 95 kilos to 70. Look, man, you're regaining it all though. So I know you're bragging and proud about this. And yes, it's cool achievements, bro. But where are the results now? Where are the results now? Do something sustainable. That's my advice to you. Does nicotine stimulate your metabolism? Good question. I know caffeine will do it a little bit. Probably nicotine does it a little bit too, right? Like probably hires the heart rate a little bit. So probably not, even with caffeine, it's slightly, and probably nicotine even less, but probably a little bit, yeah. Don't think that this is some secret to me staying lean though. No. Like that we're talking tens of calories here difference in metabolism. So that was bad, as I did 3 to 5 hours of stationary cardio a day, which I didn't bode well. So for my strength, no, you're doing way too much, man. Way too much. How much water are you aiming for per day? As much as feels good. Like, it's ridiculous that you would need a certain amount of water. Like, if you move more and sweat more, you need more. That's it. The salts, you need electrolytes. I take electrolytes every time I drink water, if it's not with a meal that already is salted, but I don't go for anything specific. That's stupid. You've been given the ability to tell if you're thirsty or not. Use that. My mom is the same way, haha, overly worried and controlling. Yeah, that describes most mothers. Yeah. SV, how much can you help just with video calls? What's your monthly rate for a semi-fat ass? Well, at the moment, I've started to not take on anyone who won't commit to at least 3 months, because that's what's necessary to make any like significant kind of progress. Like the first month is usually just getting on track, getting going. Not saying that nothing will happen, and would you understand? I don't want to. It's both financial security for me, but also because I told you about these overweight people that paid for a month and then disappeared throughout the half. Apparently, it wasn't enough of an investment for them to keep going. So both for me, so I know, because I want the results with you too. I'm not in this to make money. The money is a necessary evil. I have to make a living of it so I can keep doing it. But yeah, so 3 months minimum, and I charge $150 per month. That's 1,250 crowns. I don't know, you're from Norway or something, if I recall correctly. How much I can help with just video calls. But okay, so I'm going to do more videos talking about my actual coaching, but let me give you a quick summary. How I start is we have a first video call, usually about an hour. It can go longer if I have the time, and it's just a good conversation, and but about an hour when I get to know everything necessary about you. After which I put down a plan, very simple, no cookie cutter ever. Every program is unique for the individual. I don't do fancy layouts or anything. I just do a little Google document with headlines and information. And I put some links in there to some useful things for you specifically. And then you have access to chat with me via WhatsApp. And I've never gone over 24 hours without getting back to someone, and usually a lot faster. The only time I might wait until later, if I'm acutely working, it's a couple hours before bed, maybe I'll answer in the morning instead, But then, depending on who you are, you report certain things to me that we agreed on. And then I offer one weekly shorter call where Yeah, but so how it often works out is not everyone needs a weekly call. They need it at specific. They know when, okay, this would be much easier to just talk directly about. So on average, one weekly call is that shorter, but when it just fits, and so I can help a lot as long as you do what I tell you. This is a promise for me. If you stick with me and listen and do as I say, you will improve. Like, I know how to do this. It's just that you have to do it. Again, you must be independent. You listen, you take the advice from me, you ask me questions, you let me lead you, but you walk on your own. So that's how it works, man. Big Game James, what's up? He says, hey, do you think drinking beer moderately hurts your muscle and fitness gains? Yes, and it's the least manly beverage there is. It's horrible for you. Like, apart from the alcohol that we all know what it does, it's a bunch of junk. It's just empty carbs, no nutrition value in there, and so it wrecks your gut. Both from the alcohol, you get the visceral fat, you get a fatty liver. If you say moderate, I know, but it's like drinking a bunch of white bread for your gut, basically. And yeah, it's terrible for testosterone. And it will hurt your muscle and fitness gains. Maybe not, if you drink moderately, maybe not eliminate them completely, but it will inhibit them for sure. Go watch, I don't know off the top of my head, the video now with Leo and Longevity. He did a video recently about alcohol and muscle gains. Google like alcohol muscle or something, or Google search his channel for that, and you'll find good information. Apex Esports, hey, I'm the guy that DM'd you on Instagram. 50 hours left of my 72-hour fast. Yes, I know you, of course, because we talked today. What's up, bro? That's awesome. This guy, he just reached out to me, asked a few questions, and said he was going on a 72-hour fast. And he asked, like, can I report to you when I'm done? And just so you know, yeah, I help everyone I can. So, like, I wouldn't treat anyone as a client and have video calls and stuff if they didn't pay and it's official. But if I have time to answer little questions, I do it. And if you just want me as your like accountability buddy, like check in with me because you look up to me and want to make me proud or whatever, yes, of course, you're always welcome to do that. Nikola Alexic, this time I'm taking it slow, 48-hour fast only and no cardio. Yeah, that sounds good. You can think of it like this. You can still move, like go on walks and stuff. This burns more fat than you might think. Just be active on the fast, but yeah, don't push it. Like, there's always yin and yang, as I mentioned earlier in the stream. There's a balance with everything. Training too little, you'll deteriorate and be a little skinny fat, stiff person. If you overtrain, well, maybe not skinny fat, but you're going to be stiff and your body's going to be hurting. Things are breaking. So there's always the balance with everything. So on a fast, like, if you're doing a lot of fasting for cutting, like walking and just everyday activity like that, it's great to speed up the fat loss. But no 5 hours of cardio anymore, man. 20th Century Hayes says, I often find myself sacrificing my health in order to reach other goals in life, like skipping sleep and exercise, eating poorly, more alcohol to cope with stress to achieve stressful life goals, like renovating house, deadlines at work, and experiences of this at some thoughts. I want to go back to being lean, energized, and happy, but find it hard to prioritize myself over other goals. Okay, well, I understand. But you have to see you're sacrificing a lot of things, other things in your life because you're skipping sleep, eating poorly, and drinking alcohol. These things make you worse. You're much worse at doing the things you want in life now. If you didn't do those things, you'd have energy and the mood to do the things you want to do and much more. It's your perspective right now. It's all these things. I need this to be able to deal with this. And like, no, it's not only that. Maybe, it's a coping strategy, as I think you said yourself. But it's also something that the opposite for a lot of other things. So you have to choose. Do I want to be in this spot in life? Do I want to be depressed and all worked, overworked, and don't feel good at all? Or do you want to feel better and do much more than that? Well, you just can't see that this is an option right now. Start slowly, like you're like skipping sleep. Start trying to go to bed a little earlier. Eat a little better. drink a little less, and then as you go on and go on, you're going to notice like, oh shit, I do have energy to do all the things. Oh, yeah, maybe I don't even have to drink or whatever. So that's my advice. Change your perspective. You're very stuck in your perspective that, oh, I need these things to deal with these other things. No, these things, they ruin it for you. You will be able to do so much more without these things. Thanks for a great channel, man. Yeah, the same guy that I just answered to. Yeah, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. Nikola Alexic, by the way, you said you sometimes play games during long fasts. What kind of games, consoles are you into? Games, I play online poker, because once upon a time, the best thing I ever did in my life before all of this was learning. I was an online poker pro, and that sounds like more glamorous than it is. There's a lot of people that make money on poker that aren't like on TV and millionaires, but I could be, I think, I don't want to be too, but I have the game very figured out, but it's a luck factor there too, of course. But so I play occasionally every now and then. Now I haven't had time for months, but on fasts it's a perfect, because you're focused from the ketosis, just everything heightened. You need something to, you can get bored, something to turn your focus towards. It is productive because I make money from it. So, but yeah, you asked about games, and so I do. It could happen on a longer fast at some point where, okay, I just have a few hours to pass here that I play video games. Like what I have a Nintendo Switch. I played Breath of the Wild recently. I played through it again. I love Zelda games. I will for sure, because again, about the balance about things. You shouldn't spend your life just playing a bunch of video games. This should not be a main thing in your life, but as a little spice here and there with friends, or in these situations I talk about now, you can do it. But so. Yeah, I don't know what I'd play now, but I love me Nintendo games. I go back to the classics. I'm trying to look at the video games lying here, but it's not really most of them. It's not games I play. In Resident Evil 4, I have it. That's an awesome game. I've replayed it so many times. Great fucking game. One of the best games I played. What more do we have? The Super Smash Bros. I played a lot with friends. Really like. Yeah, but I'm not coming up with everything right now, so let's end it there. Hannibal Sten says, beer lowers your testosterone. Please, guys, keep it at a minimum. Yes, listen to this lady. I can tell from the comments she's made on the channel before. She seems like a good woman, and she thinks you are little beta males drinking this beer. And well, of course, you should do what you do and not do anything just because some woman says something. But consider what I just said. Nikola Alexic again. Yeah, for sure. When I train more than 3 to 4 times a week, my joints ache and my muscles can't recover. I also don't have any explosive powerful muscle ups, as an example. Yeah, true. SV. What if I want to be your friend? Then it's awkward if I pay you at first. No, bro. Like, I'm not gonna tell you to. You do what you want. Like, you seem like a cool guy, so it would be fun to work with you. But like, look, it's an in for you to become friends with me, like right? It's kind of like with my coach. I told you we were pretty good friends before, but when we started the coaching, we all of a sudden we became great friends, and we talk every day, and not at all about just only my mobility training. In fact, we often talk so much about other things that we're like, okay, we're gonna have to get to this now. But okay, so I'm not saying that I can do that with exactly every individual that I coach, but what I'm saying is it is an opportunity to get to know, like, that's how, like friends, like, where are you supposed to meet friends? You don't just go out and, hi, you want to be my friend? It can be that you hire a personal trainer, and like, oh, it turns out this is a cool person, maybe after you've done it for a while, maybe you go grab dinner, maybe you go bowling, whatever. Or like your hairdresser, or like whatever. Like, so if you want to be my friend, I mean, tell me why I should be your friend first. But yeah, that's an in for sure. If you turn out to be a cool guy and we get along, why wouldn't we be friends from the coaching? What's awkward about that? I paid a friend to coach me. Oh, thank you, Hannah says. Yeah, it's my impression. Like the women who follow me, I must say, seem to be it's very few compared to men, for obvious reasons, I think, with the subjects I talk about and stuff. But I really appreciate the women that follow me. I appreciate everyone, but I can tell, because this is kind of a male space in a way, that I can tell that you are high quality women that that understand very important things about men and women, life, everything. So very high quality women who follow me. Lots of guys too. Like I'm not kissing women's ass, but I'm saying in particular, women who follow me, you're pretty awesome. A good woman? No such thing. Just kidding. I watched too much JLP. Lol. Joe Mad again. Yeah. No man is good. No woman is good. Just joking, man. Thinking about contacting you as vegan. Yeah. No, I see, man. Yeah, but I use anything you say here to go on and talk about things. So appreciate that. And yeah, just reach out. Instagram or email, preferably. Lol, Joe Mad, maybe true. Hannah says, yeah. See, this is what I mean. Like, oh, how can I talk about this without being too politically incorrect? But okay. This is a good thing because, okay, this is so meta right now. I can't share everything I'm thinking about. But okay, I once put out a video that was called something like "How to Get a Man Like Me," and I took a kind of a cocky approach, like being very, very confident, and like mostly for like promotional value, a little over the top with the whole thing, like being so great, this way, like, but. I talked about what I looked for in a woman, all you have to do in a woman. I just said some basic traditional things like, if it works, you could have a job, of course, but I want a woman that thinks her main mission here on earth is to take care of the kids and support a husband and take care of the home. And outside of that, if she can do something professionally, of course. And these things was what I said. And all guys who commented, got a bunch of dislikes on that video, and all guys who commented were like, I'm a little disappointed that you're so full of yourself. All the girls who commented, more than usual, loved it. That's so funny, And that's what I'm saying, that these women have apparently understood some things, and they say they are happy to follow a man, a leader, because they know that a man can tell them things that maybe they can't figure out on their own and stuff. So yeah, but that video is removed, by the way, and not because I chose to. Let's just put it that way. I had to be pragmatic for life reasons. Nicola Alexis, how much further do you think you can go as far as your hypertrophy natural maximum goes? I think you're about 80-85% maxed out. So, okay, he is asking me about how much muscle I can still build before I reach my limit without resorting to taking steroids. I think you are probably pretty right there. Like, it's very... with the training in general, many things in general, but it's exponential, right? Like the first year, I put on the most amount of muscle. The second year, I still put out on a decent amount. The third year, still, you can see changes, but it's way less. And so you're just eking out at the end. So I think you're right. I'm probably at like 80-85% maxed out. So a few kilos, couple of kilos, maybe 3 if I'm lucky, I can squeeze out. Joe Matt, I'm looking for a woman. I got to meet of apps in the next 2 days. I'm not looking forward to it because now I know it's wrong. Don't look for a woman, Joe. Attract, don't chase. Focus on you and being the best you that you can be. Find your mission here. Like, you have so much more important things than finding a woman to do. You're here to spread God's love. You understand? So if you do that, if you let go about finding a woman and just become awesome, because as you become more and more awesome, who you are and what you deserve and what you want. So you won't settle for anything else because you deserve this now. So most women are going to be uninteresting to you anyway because they aren't on your level. And look, to someone projecting, this might seem like full of myself, but frankly, most women are completely uninterested. What do they have to offer? I'm in a celibacy. I don't want sex from you. What more do you have? Oh, you're really good at looking at Instagram there. Oh, great purse. like I need more. I need like a character. A strong woman in the true sense, not in the you go girl, yes, queen, slay sense, but an actual strong traditional woman. So look, I don't go looking for any woman. Um, I know that if I am on this quest and it's meant to be, that woman will appear to me. She will just draw us to me. I don't have to look for her. She's gonna appear right here if I live right. Nicola Alexis. Well, most guys are in the fallen state as well nowadays. They are not men, but boys that indulge in pleasures and have no direction, honor, purpose, God. Yes, completely. And that's one thing that I'm very proud of with this channel. Like, yeah, I won't like kiss women's ass and be like, oh, poor women. Oh, yes, it's so horrible, terrible to be a woman, But I also, because I used to be that kind of guy that was just whining and complaining about feminists and women and blah, blah. And like, look at my old self. What did he do? Was he a good guy? Was he a great man? And what did he actually do to help women get better? Just sitting and complaining and whining, being a little bitch. Like, it's so pathetic. So something I am very proud of in this channel is that, yeah, it started out because I am a young man, kind of young still, 28. But it started out as me being a lost young man that fixed myself. And so I especially at the start, I felt like guys, mainly, I wanted to help, do the same thing as me. But when I let go of all my resentment to women and change my perspective in this way. And I could see the ways that women, like, what is yin and yang again? There are things that are easier for men and easier for women, and tougher for men and tougher for women, and so on. So I started seeing this, and I feel like I understand women to a very high degree. I want the best for women, and so that's why I won't go telling them all the bullshit and kiss their ass. I will tell it like it is. But I will always make sure that they understand that it's not a I'm against women thing. Absolutely not. I'm against, but I'm trying to set people straight on a good path, whether they're women or men. And so, because in this like truth sphere or more red-pilled sphere or whatever you want to call it, there's a lot of like, when there's establishment critique, there's feminism, la 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 la, and it always some people turn it into a woman-hating fest. And I don't want to be a part of that. And so, because that is something that is happening, I will sometimes underline and like, give women a little more credit and stuff, and maybe point the finger a little bit more to guys, just to make sure, Great Nicola Alexis. Yeah, great physique though, man. Don't ever resort to roids. No, thanks, bro. I appreciate that. I am very happy with my physique. And since I am a nerd with all this, of course, I have reflected on steroids, but I don't want to do it. Probably not ever. But if I ever did it, it would be after I have children and somewhere where it's legal to do testosterone replacement therapy. That would be it. When I'm like 40, 50 something, maybe take a little bit of exogenous test under the condition that it's legal, because I wouldn't want to be living a double life, because doing something like that responsibly can actually be a good thing for your health in that situation. But no, and not ever now, not never go blasting a bunch of different stuff. No, I think it's very interesting to follow bodybuilders and people who do that though. Nicola again, you need a yin to your yang so that you can be a complete family unit. Absolutely. Every yin needs the yang. And when you start thinking about it, really, there's a yin and a yang to everything. I love this is something I talk about it a lot, because it's realization that has deepened recently. But like this, because I am kind of a bipolar person, I will always kind of have up and downs in my mood during different periods. But then as I keep on track with my habits and health, it's less of a difference. But also sometimes things just happen in life that are either very tragic or you're just very lucky and things are going your way. So what I'm saying is, there's always going to be up and down, but sometimes when you're in a really low state and you feel like everything is tough, difficult, I'm depressed, I feel bad, that could be what pushes you towards something great, things that would never have happened without this. And on the other hand, if you're feeling great, like, yeah, everything is going my way, that could make you like get a little too high on yourself and like get a little bit manic and maybe do something stupid that ruins something for you, So there's a yin and a yang to everything. Joe Mad says, I hear you, bro. These are the things I think about. I was voluntarily celibate the first 6 months of this year and was doing amazing in every aspect. Since I've been back on the apps, my momentum declined. I feel blessed to see it clear now, though. Amen to that, Theo. Yeah, bro. Get back to it. Like, I have to admit, because I talked about my celibacy and testosterone levels, and I wasn't sure about my sex drive. That's why I even started thinking about, because so many people, they have sex on their mind the whole time, and I don't, but when I really started thinking about it, I do have a very high sex drive because I have really high testosterone. You saw my test, like 894 nanograms per deciliter natural. Yeah, it's not like I haven't been tempted ever, But the thing that I've gotten to, again, because my standards for a woman, I'm sweating, but standards for a woman is so high that I never see anyone that's like, oh shit, that a person that makes me horny. It's just generally, but yeah, it can be tough, difficult for sure. But I think of it like, I don't know. Yeah, like, did you feel better after breaking it? No, absolutely not. Did whatever you were looking for, did you get it? No. Right when it was over, you have nothing, and you're just back where you were before. Nikola Alexish, I'm of the same mindset as you. Was never attracted to party lifestyle things, etc. That's why I'm still virgin and celibate at 25. I will keep reading along, but we're not exactly the same, because I was that person. That's the point. Till I was 25, I lived that lifestyle. I was never a guy that just got showered with women, but I was not also a guy that wasn't like completely without. Like, because the spread with men is mostly that some guys sleep with a lot of women and some with none. But I was still somewhere there in the middle. Like, I was kind of beta in many ways, but I was so smart. I could figure it out, that sounds full of myself, but that's the truth. I was beta, weak in many ways, but I could like technically figure out this should be attractive to a woman. I apologize if we aren't allowed to post links, but please don't fall for the TRT scam. You don't need it if you live with I don't need it or want it. I said that if anything ever, a low TRT dose after I have kids somewhere where it's legal. There's a lot of prefaces there. And I think, though, that it can have some health benefits in that age, at least or health benefits, I shouldn't say, but it could give you more energy and greater mood, and you could maybe have a higher output, but it might shorten your life, for instance. But yeah, don't worry, man. I'm not, it's a great thing and I'll do it for sure. No, probably never. But if in that scenario I described. 20th Century Haze. I think I've been stuck in kind of feeling guilty if I would prioritize my self-help when I have so much goals for my family, housework. Your comment on changing perspective is helpful. That I will reach even more goals if I take care of myself first. Yes. Did you put other life goals on hold when you started to fix yourself? Thanks, bro. Look, where to begin with this? Like, it's good. I can see you like wake up to this as you write this. Look, when you don't give yourself love and treat yourself right, like, yeah, you might be able to do something for other people and stuff, but you can't really, if you don't have love and health here, you can't really give it to other people, right? So that's why prioritizing yourself, it's in the end, it's the least selfish thing you can do, because you're making yourself so great and capable and full of love that you just have an excess that you can just give away to everyone else. And so if I have had to put that, like, I don't have to put some specific goal on hold, but what I realized, for instance, is a lot of people in your life you're going to have to cut ties with. Like, you take care of your family. I don't know your situations, but in relationships, for instance, someone can get codependent and think that they can fix someone, but this person is still, they're unable to take it, and so then you have you have to know where your limit is and where you have to let someone go that you would want to help, but they can't get your help, and so in a similar way, people and things have come and went because I've known what I need to do, and if people have thought I'm selfish because I don't want to go out drinking with them, come on, it's this person's birthday, you just do this, and I can be like, I can be here, I don't have to drink. This is just one example I think of now. And so, yeah, some people get butthurt and blah 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 about that. But if let's even say that I was bad to these people now, well, because of me doing that over and over and over, and a bunch of other things, I'm super capable, and I've never done what I've done for other people in these 3 years. I haven't done for other people in my whole life before. So do you understand? You have to put yourself first so that you can put your others first. Like, basically, take care of number one first. This is the only person you have direct, immediate control of. Make sure that your little cog in the machine is the best it can be, and then you focus on the rest of the machine. Nikola Alexic, I got offers but never wanted to indulge. Thoughts, what's the point of it? It leads nowhere. Yeah, good for you, man. Good for you. I wish I was the same. That's about, party lifestyle and all this thing. Oh, you're still a virgin and celibate at 25. That's awesome, bro. Good for you, bro. Like, so many people, they think they have so hard time imagining that you can think of it in any other way. So many people's question is like, but what if the sex is bad? What if you're not sexually compatible? It's like, do you think that I even care about that? Do you think that I'm looking for a girl as a little sex toy? No, I need a woman. I need a woman to be my wife, my partner, my supporter, my vice president in my life quest, not just a little, hole to put my penis in. It's like people think this matters. And the second thing is, of course, the sex will be amazing if you approach it this way. It will be magic. It won't be just a little, oh, I'm so horny, I want to do this. It will be beautiful. It will be you two actually reuniting, coming together. The closest two people can come to be one person, which kind of actually happens then because you have kids. So, yeah, very good for you, bro. It's going to be awesome when you finally meet your true good woman there, for sure. Joe Mad, I would suggest Theo grow the beard out, but he would probably look to alpha and the YouTube algorithms would ban him. No, thanks, bro. But this beard is so bad. It's not high definition enough, but it actually just looks worse if it gets too long. Like, my beard has slowly gotten better from when I was like 18. Like when I 18, it was... basically, I had no beard. Like, yeah, I had to shave at some point, but yeah. So, yeah, I lucky in the hair department, not in the beard department. Nikolai Alexis, I agree completely, and I will not settle for less. I am not an animal to be enslaved by urges. Fist, bro, right in the fist, bro. Awesome. Proud of you. You're setting a great example for all us other guys. So, truly appreciate that, man. Great job. Okay. We're close to an hour, and there's okay, but maybe I've missed some things here. Hannah Malmsten said, so true regarding attract, not chase, the law of the universe, right? Yes. What you can work in certain directions. You can take actions that you see might lead to something, but you can't force something. You can never force something to happen. It's like, yeah, being in getting the woman you want. You can't tell anyone, yeah, I want you to be. You have to make way, allow it to happen if it's meant to be, Now, I think we worked through most things, but bringing order easier for men, bringing chaos easier for women, Joe Mad says. Well, I guess that's kind of true, but lots of beta men creating chaos these days, though. Nicola Alexis, thanks. Only been ridiculed before when I would share it. Haha, not that I care. Yeah, no, but do you really, though? Like, because I have not. And I guess it's because, people just see me, and what are they going to say? This ripped, fucking confident guy, like, telling this, like, when I was out at a bar recently and they talked about sleeping around, asked me something, and I'm like, no, I'm actually in the celibacy since 2 years, and all like proud of it, and they're like, oh, okay. Like, they don't even know how to react. One of the girls thought it was cool. Not that I care. Good for her that she can see that it's cool, But yeah, because I am the way I am. Like, what are people gonna say? I used to be a little slut maker, little whore boy before, Look at me then, look at me now. Like, what can you say? You have no arguments. And this is the lead by example thing again. In general, that's a funny thing with having like being fit, and people know that you're on point with training, diets, you're disciplined with this. You get more credible about everything in your life, because what is some little skinny fat little bitch gonna come with you, like tell you that you're doing something wrong? It's like, look at me and look at you, bro. Who seems to be doing better here? And people projecting can think that seems so full of yourself to say something like that. But is it not true? Is it not true? Like, it's full of yourself. You behave that way and you are just a little loser. But being good, having good self-esteem and confidence and knowing what's good about you, that's nothing wrong with that. I admit my shortcomings all the time too, So what I'm saying is, Nicola, like, just keep improving and get more and more awesome, and no one will ridicule you. And if they be like, you'll just be like, I'm sorry that you think you have something to ridicule me for. Joe Mad, Nicola also said, or they ignore me in general until we actually speak, then they get surprised. Yeah, right. Joe Mad, the natural state is not to worship and cater to a woman. It's to live a life of principled voluntary celibacy, focusing on your goals and systems and moving closer to God, God, aka the truth of the universe. Yes, very true, Joe. So why did you break your celibacy? Nicola Alexis, he reignited my love for life. God, you mean God? Men don't need women as they can go back to God, nature, truth, which dwells within. Women need men to get to God. See it all the time. Very true, bro. Let's end on that note. And that's why, all the women who follow me, like, I'm sorry, you can't all end up with me. But if you just keep being this way, you will get a man that will. You're so full. You have everything that you can have on your own, many of you. And because of that, you will get that man that gives you the last piece. Okay. Okay, what do we have more? Last from Joe here. I see women on apps, they have been divorced for 2 weeks and already looking for another father figure. What the? Yeah, I've seen, not like personally, but I've seen screenshots of like someone being pregnant and being on Tinder. It's like, ugh. Anyways, guys, we're a little bit over an hour now. I like the stream. It was a little slow starter with people watching, but it got going. Great interactions with the chat. Very much appreciated. You helped me do this streams with it. I need this. I'm just a little bummed out that no one sent me a super chat. No, I'm just kidding. I will love you if you support me with super chats, sponsored messages you can send here. I got one last time. First, big moment for me, because I always dreamt about doing this when I was unable to, and now I do it effortlessly. So thank you for this time, guys. And I'll just get more chat here. Right? I had to end it at some point. So I appreciate you all. Every Sunday, I might move the stream 1 hour earlier, because it just seems to work out a little bit better for me. Let me know in the comments what you think about that, if it's better or worse for you. And like the stream if you haven't already. Leave a comment when you can. Subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Peace. God bless y'all.